How did you find out your parent was living a double life? When I was 26, my dad died suddenly in his sleep. We hadn't been close in years, not since he stormed out on me and my mom one night when I was a kid. So when I flew out for his funeral, I didn't expect to feel much. But the second I stepped into his house, I could tell something was off. There were 2 place settings on the kitchen table, 2 pairs of slippers by the back door. It wasn't hard to guess he'd had someone living with him. But when I asked around at the wake, no one knew anything about her. The only clue came from an old man across the street who said he used to see my dad walking with a red-headed woman always early in the morning before the sun came up. That night, I started looking for anything that might tell me who she was. But I found no pictures, no letters, no texts. His phone had barely any contacts. I gave up and flew home. But 2 weeks later, I got an email with no name, just a subject line. He's gone, isn't he? The message read, if you're reading this, I assume he died. He said you'd come looking. He said not to be afraid of you. Attached was a single photo of a woman sitting at a kitchen table, her head turned away. She was holding a spoon like she didn't know what it was. The hair was red. I replied right away, asking who she was. The next day, I got a new message. He said you'd ask that. He said to tell you to ask our mother. I still remember reading that and feeling like someone had poured cold water on me. Our mother? And I couldn't ask her because she died 2 years before. I flew back out, went back to the house, and searched harder this time. I crawled through the attic, checked every wall and floorboard, and in the basement, behind a set of shelves, I found a hidden room behind a narrow doorway. Inside, there was a mattress, a bookshelf full of children's books, and a trunk with a heavy lock. I broke the trunk open and found a ton of medical records, dozens of them, stamped with things like institutionalized at birth and severe cognitive impairment. One said, removed from parental custody. Every name had been redacted, but taped to the inside lid was a photo of my dad holding a newborn baby. In my mom's handwriting, Anna, born 1985. I stood there, my whole body numb. I was born in 1986. She was my sister. And in the chest, I found a letter from my dad, addressed to me explaining everything. He wrote that my mom had lied after Anna was born and told my father she died shortly after childbirth. But really, she told the doctors she didn't want to raise a defective child. He found out the truth when I was a kid. That night, he stormed out and left us. He tracked Anna down and found her institutionalized, barely speaking and heavily sedated. So he took her, illegally. He broke into the hospital, took her in the middle of the night and brought her home. He taught her how to eat, how to walk, how to smile. But he never told anyone because he was afraid she'd be taken again. I sat in that little hidden room for hours, trying to picture it. My dad spoon-feeding her soup, reading her books, and helping her understand the world, one piece at a time. And he'd done it all alone, in secret. Well, I thought he'd just abandoned me. I never heard from the woman who sent the emails again. I don't know where Anna went, or what her life looks like now, or whether she even remembers me. But I keep that photo of her as a baby framed on my bookshelf. Some nights, when the apartment is quiet and I start to question what any of it means, I pull it down and hold it in my hands. And I remember the man I spent most of my life resenting. The man I thought was a coward. The man I now believe chose love over everything, even if it meant losing his name, his freedom, and me.